I seen in your bio that your dad was a famous drug dealer.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say famous, but Chicago bound, yeah.
Chicago famous. Hood famous.
Yeah, Chicago famous drug dealer, I guess. You know, they got them all on them websites on their Instagram. Chicago's street legends and shit like that.
And what part of Chicago was he from?
The West Side.
At what age did he die?
95, I was 2.
You were 2 years old, okay.
Yeah.
So growing up without a dad, I take it you lived with your mom?
For sure.
Okay, and so that must have made things really hard for you, not having a dad to, be there for you, to help you, guide you through the streets, or to even help out with money or anything. How did that affect your family life with your mom and everything?
I ain't gonna lie to you. My mama made it happen. Like, I ain't gonna sit up here like these other niggas and be like, we was fucked up. OG made it work. Like, come up in our area, like, your OG gonna make it happen. With your pops, without your pops. Or vice versa. Your pops gonna make it happen without your OG. You got both of them, that's cool. But my OG one of the ones that did her thing. She didn't do no crack, none of that. She don't do no drugs, none of that shit. So OG made it happen. I still had uncles and shit. And then my neighborhood, like, could bring, like, it's a big ass family to a point on my side of where I grew up at. I can't speak for, like, the other parts of the hood, I ain't from. So for the most part, you got your OG and you know in the hood, and you got your pops, like, you pretty grow up decent, man. You ain't no bitch for though. Damn sure ain't no bitch. You gonna be on point.
What was high school like for you?
It was cool. To be honest with you, I ain't go to Chicago public school. I got kicked out of school.
Okay, what grade did you get kicked out on?
I got kicked out of school sophomore year. All my homies done went to Wells High School. I tried to go there, they didn't let me go there. So I ended up going to a school in the suburbs, got kicked out my sophomore year, like beginning of my sophomore year. Had to go to alternative school.
Did you end up graduating?
Yeah, OG ain't playing that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I fuck with school. That's where all the hoes at. Fuck you going, if you ain't hustling or doing what you doing, ain't no point in your ass not going to school. Like, if you hustling, doing your 1-2, I understand you skipping school from time to time. But all that, just skipping school just to sit at home, that shit goofy as hell. All the hoes there, it's busting in high school. You wanna get there. You know how that shit go. Certain motherfuckers have their own reasons, but yeah, I graduated.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. At what point did you get involved in the streets?
Shit, we been gangbanging 10, 11, going across the division, whooping motherfuckers' ass.
At 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's pretty young, man. What was going on at 10 years old that had you in the streets?
So you gotta think about it. You 10, you seeing all the teenagers going up there fighting motherfuckers, getting involved. So what you gonna do? You gonna see what's to this? Oh, they up here getting it popping. So instead of fighting motherfuckers that's they age, you find motherfuckers from that area that's your age, you beat their ass, fuck them up.
Was your whole family involved with the streets and everything?
You talking about my brothers and sisters and shit?
Your uncles? Yeah, your brothers, your sisters, your uncles?
It's Chicago, everybody involved. You got some motherfuckers that go to school route, some people that go to work and all that. But for the most part, outside of my mama doing her thing, going to work and make sure I'm good and make sure my people's good, brothers, they from different areas in Chicago, different project areas, different gangs and different shit like that. So what they was doing, I was doing what I was doing. Like a lot of my siblings, the whole 13, 14 siblings, them on my daddy's side of the family. I grew up just me and my mama for damn near till I was like 12. So everything that was going on with me was just me and my homies.
Being in the streets and seeing different things, with your family and everybody, at one point you're probably going to end up in jail. At what age did you first go to jail at?
My first time, I've been getting arrested, shit. So I was like 11, 12. But, No, my first time getting arrested, I was 9. Fucking around at Best Buy. My homie Deli G. Free Deli G, by the way. These folks locked up now. But yeah, I got locked up. I was like 9 for a BG CD. Bogus ass CD. That shit wasn't hitting on nothing. Oh, bro. But I've been to jail a few times though after that though, like getting arrested and all like that. But first time like going to jail, prison, Cook County and shit like that. Let me see, I was 18. Bonded right out. My first time doing a bid I was 21. Day after my birthday, actually.
What'd you go to jail for at 18?
Disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. I'm a peace officer, and some more little minor bullshit. It wasn't nothing major.
And now you go to jail, you get out of jail, and at any point do you get a regular job?
Yeah, I worked a few regular jobs. That shit wasn't for me.
Where'd you work at?
Shit, a lot of places I worked at, man. Steak and Shake. They try to make motherfucker cut their face and all that shit. That shit didn't work. Warehouses and shit. I kept on beating up Mexicans and shit. That shit didn't work. You feel me? A lot of temp services and shit like, I can't work with Mexicans. I can hang with them, but I can't work with Mexicans. They be talking in their Spanish, and I have to, you know what I'm saying, beat on their nugget. So, the job thing was really out the picture when you keep getting the tool and whooping motherfuckers. They got an attitude problem. And I crack jokes a lot, so you can't take a joke, you'll get your ass beat.
So you got in fights at your work?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that I think everybody knows, when you're growing up in the streets, you're gonna probably see some crazy shit at some point in your life. What do you think was one of the worst situations you came across?
It's a lot of those, like, I think I was like 12 when I saw one of the older guys get killed. Shit like that, like, when you a kid, you see somebody get killed, like, it fuck with you, but then it don't, because it's just like, that's the environment you in. So for the moment, you be thinking about that shit for a little time frame. Then after a while, you be like, that shit always happening over here. So you get used to that shit.
Man, I mean, at 12 years old, that's young to see something like that.
Yeah.
You said you thought about it. You know, what was that like? What was that experience like? Thinking about it and kind of having it run through your head.
Shit, just think about that shit. Like, I think what they call that shit now. What's PTSD? You think about that shit a lot. Go to sleep, think about that shit. But like, damn, they fucked dude up. Now you see motherfucker get fucked up, you be like, oh, alright, shit, it what it is. But back then, you be just thinking about that shit a lot. Probably ask your cousin or ask my uncle or something like, damn, you feel me? Go out the band, and they just tell you like, that's what this shit come with. Some people try to use that to tell you like that's a lesson learned, like you don't want to end up like that or go through something like that. Don't take this route. You feel me? Then some people just be like, it's life. So it's all about how you deal with it and who you talk to about it, basically.
Now, you mentioned you were arrested a few times. You said you did your first bid at 21.
Yeah.
What'd you go to jail for at 21 for?
Possession of a controlled substance, manufacture, deliver, and 2 gun charges.
Okay. And how much time did you end up doing?
That case, altogether in time, I ended up doing like 4 months. I bonded out. Then I did house arrest, bonded off house arrest, and ended up getting a speedy trial. Ended up copping out for boot camp. I didn't do no trial. I ended up doing a full 2 conference and copped out for boot camp.
At 21, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd they end up catching you?
Shit, they called me, shit. Got pulled over, traffic stop. Some shit was wrong with my car, they say, allegedly. You know how that shit go. Driving while black though, the whole time.
And after you get pulled over, did they bring the dogs or anything in, or they just searched your car? Did they get a search warrant?
Nah, how they put me over time out soon. That shit was 2014. Shit, they put me over talking about some lights. One of my lights was out. And they knew me too, so I'm going back and forth with them. They low key illegal search my shit. They unlocked some shit that wasn't supposed to get unlocked. Then the judge, you know how that shit go. Anything to get they stats up, they motherfucking conviction rate up. You know what I'm saying? And the lawyer I had was some bullshit. She wasn't on shit. So, you know that first case shit, you live and learn with that first case. You don't really know too much. So that's really what it really was. I thought I could have beat that shit if I would have really fought it. I only fought that shit down in like 8 months.
You get arrested, you do a little bit of time, and you come home, and what do you do with yourself then?
Shit. You know, everybody try that, stay out of trouble shit. Working out, you know, I did boot camp, so I came home on some get out, work out, get a job. Shit ain't work. Got right back to what I was usually doing. Beating motherfuckers up, gang banging, trapping. You know what I'm saying?